If you haven't seen part 1 of the VW colour change, we have taken it from a white van. It was a show van. It looked really, really nice. It had all the good bits on, all the good stuff. We stripped it down to the bare bones, prepped it, fixed a couple of dents, primed it, prepped it, got it in the booth, painted it, and the paint come out really nice. Happy. There is a few marks to polish, but overall it's tip top. That brings us to part 2. The sun is shining. I've got a sliding door that's slightly warped out of shape. We need to fix it, finish the rest of the van. So let's get into it. Let's get straight into the worst job first. When you're doing a big project, always do the bigger stuff. Then when you get to the end, the smaller stuff is easier. It's the logical way, or it's the way I like to do it. Worst first, job gets easier as you go on. We've done, I would say 90% of the van, maybe 92, 93% if we're being precise. I done the sliding door. The customer, my good friend Darren, he wanted to delete the handle on the sliding door. You can still open them from inside. We're going to put a popper on it at some stage, but for now, he wanted the handle deleting. So I cut it all out perfectly, welded a plate in, and it distorted the door. I spent 4-5 hours welding tack welds, all in different areas, and at the very end bit, it still shrunk loads. It did wind me up, and I said to him, I said, Darren, this is knackered, I ain't doing it. Your sliding door's knackered, I need to get you another door. And he was fine about that. But for that reason, he's such a flexible guy, I am gonna make it happen. This is his original door. Obviously you can get a sliding door from another van and it will fit just fine. But this is an Edition 30 door from an Edition 30 van. So I'm gonna save it. I did weld the plate in. I actually done it twice. And it done the exact same twice. Second time around, I put a double skin over the back of it, spent hours welding it, and it still shrunk. What happens is, when you weld a sill, or a rusty sill, you're only welding one edge. So if it pulls up, you can straighten it, it's fine. I've cut a square in the middle of a panel, and the whole new panel has shrunk. So that's pulling on 4 different sides. I don't want to load it up with too much filler. That's the plan. It might end up, we'll see a bit later on. The bit of metal that I have welded in has completely shrunk. Now I need to pull out my panel hammer and my dolly, and I'm going to spend a bit of time straightening it. I need to make that bit of metal bigger. Let's say you've got a dough ball and you're going to roll it out into a pizza base. As you roll it out and make it thinner, it gets bigger. Well, that is the same principle for metal. So I'm going to try hammer and dolly in it to make the bit of metal bigger and hopefully straighten out the distortion. I'm getting straight into a time lapse because I might be here a while. I know a bit about a bit, but straightening metal, hammer and dolly in, yes, I've done it and it works in the past, but I really need to do it this time. So let's roll the time lapse. So I must have spent, I don't know, 2 hours straightening the metal, getting it as straight as possible. I didn't just want to load it up with filler, I didn't want to load it up with fiberglass. I wanted to get the metal as straight as possible. That way it's going to last a while. Got some fiberglass in there. If you're trying to fill somewhere that might be a bit deep, I always use fiberglass first because it doesn't sink as much, it doesn't crack, and it's always good practice. Spent a while rubbing it down, blocking it down, got it relatively straight, and then we got a couple of layers of filler on it. By this time, the camera battery had died. I just wanted to knuckle down, so I just got it done. I ended up doing 2 skims of filler at the end. That brings us up to now. 3 days in on one door, it's ready for primer. Let me show you what's going on. I haven't got a problem with a big area of filler. What I have got a problem with is filler that's too thick. If it's too thick, it can crack, it can move about, it sinks more the longer you leave it. But I have got a big area of filler that isn't too thick. I'm almost breaking through in a couple of areas. I've gone round, I've done all my edges, I've fillered right up to this swage line, but it's still absolutely mint. There's no filler in there, there's no ropey bits. All round the edges are nice. I did have to build it up a little bit on here, unfortunately, but it's absolutely mint. All the edges are done. I've 320'd the flat part of the panel. I'm not priming below that line, and I'm not priming above the top line. Plan is on this, I am going to prime the living snot out of it, let it sit for 2 days in this glorious, glorious weather. Then I'm going to block it down, and then I'm going to prime it one more time, the whole door, and that'd be it. If we was repainting this white, I could prime it, paint it, that'd be jobs are good un, but we're painting it black, and that shows up any imperfections. So I'm going to prime it twice. Let's get some primer in the gun. Let's finally seal this up. We're here and I'm ready to go. There is a couple of pinholes I need to bury. I have taped up where the moulding goes. If you've seen previous videos, I don't like putting primer where it doesn't need to be. It is in direct sunlight, so it is going to flash off fast, which could be a good thing, but if you're trying to get a wet coat, it's not as good. Anyway, I'm going to load it up, we'll see how it looks, because when it's wet with primer, I can look down it and see how it turns out. Woo! Couple of boogers. Well, this flashed off in no time. Just wiping the overspray off the bit of panel next to it. Obviously I've painted that and dusty paint has landed on that. You don't have to wipe it off, but I have. So now I'm going to bury my pinholes and I'm going to full coat it. Trying to go lightly towards my tape. So there's nothing going on here. So I'm going to heavy, and then diagonal to this first bit of filler that we done a couple of weeks ago. Just to keep the primer away from the tape, a little. Can I wear these with shades? Oh, I can't see with them off. Oh yeah. Right, let's get back into it. It has been a few days since I primed the sliding door. And I mean get back into it because when you do a big project, you do a lot of work, you look round and you see still a lot of work to do. It's hard to keep motivation. Basically, you hit a brick wall. And yep, a few days ago, that sliding door, I hit a brick wall with this build, meaning I was struggling to find enthusiasm to keep doing it. It was hard, there was that many bits to do, I was struggling a bit, trying to get back into it. And that is the problem with leaving a project. So I spent 4 or 5 weeks getting the van done. Really happy with how that's turned out. We got that done, and then I'm rubbing down the arch kit. I'm rubbing down the wheels. He's got 5 wheels. One more wheel really added to the enthusiasm levels being low. 4 wheels, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, rub them down, bosh, ready for paint. He had 5 wheels because he has a spare. Even that extra wheel, when I was rubbing them down yesterday, I was like, mate, this is killing my life right off. And it happens to everyone. If you go on eBay now, Facebook Marketplace, type in project, the amount of unfinished vehicles you might find, there's a lot, basically. Everyone hits a wall with a project. Now, the only advice I can give is, oh mate, that phone's going on silent properly this time. Who is it first? Yeah. The only advice I can give is, write a list. Tick one of those jobs off. Just tick one off. One a day, one a week, and you will get through it. And when you get to just a couple of bits done, or a couple of bits needing to be done, you will be full of enthusiasm, you'll be loving the project again, and you'll be enjoying it again. And that is a massive part of doing something that requires so much time and effort. It's about enjoying it. And I enjoy what I do, massively. But even myself has moments of, this is absolutely killing my life off. I just want it to be over. But we've broke through it. The other day I had not much enthusiasm, and I had a bit of booth time. So I painted the side mouldings. I didn't record it, I just wanted to get it done. But you guys will obviously see it. So, if you're sat at home and you've got a project in the garage, you really want it done, but basically, you can't be asked. I get you, I feel you. Write a list and do one of them things at a time. One of the hardest things is seeing all the parts, because in my workshop now, Darren's van is sat there, his sliding door sat there in primer. I still need to rub that down, prime it again. I can see the wheels, I can see the arch kit, hide it away and work on one piece at a time. So hide the bits away so you can't see them, go into your shed or wherever, pull one piece out, work on that, start to finish and get it done. Yes, we want to be efficient and get loads done in one time. So I have got to paint these body colour, and I've got a couple of other pieces to paint body colour. I have to pay to be in this spray booth. So to be efficient, I should really get even more bits in. But these are ready, I'm painting them now, it is what it is. Now quit your moaning, DTE, and get this van finished, because we want to see what it looks like. So, black paint, body colour, lacquer. They're not the most interesting bits, but I'll film some bits, and then the next lot of paintwork is an interesting colour. Anyway, enough chit chat, let's get it done. ready for this?
Are you ready?
I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit nervous.
How many times have you fitted doors on these?
So we can stick these front ones in.
Yeah.
You go back.
Top one in first.
Got to go back here, look.
Put the top one in first.
Well, we need to go back 2 foot. I'll do the steering, you do the throttle control. Which probably ain't the best idea, I've seen your throttle control.
Yeah, I'm a bit foot heavy. In?
No, don't move, don't breathe. Well, that one's in, but not this one. It gets very close. Can you lift your end up? That's better, keep going. Keep going, right there. Watch that back hinge.
Are we in?
We're in. I think I need to get in the motor. All right, well, I'll get in through the tailgate.
Can you not slip through that gap?
Maybe. I know I'm a big geezer, but... Are you all right for a sec?
Yeah.
I can hear your...
Front's not going to drop, is it?
No.
Oh, I'm good.
I can hear your ring clinking on the paint.
All right.
Out. Out. Out a bit more. A bit more. Oh. Lift a touch. Down a touch. I think you can let go.
I'll just stay here a little bit.
Thank you. Nice shade you got on there, Nath.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the t-shirt. You're repping all of it.
That's how we roll, isn't it?
What do you think about the shades?
I love them.
They're good, aren't they?
2 pairs, isn't I?
You have.
Spare pair when you get spare.
They're quite robust still, aren't they?
They're all right, yeah.
They're not like a cheap pair.
Oh, actually quite good quality. I was quite surprised.
What are you saying? I'm cheap?
Oh.
You are.
Probably something to do with it,
No, I'm AliExpress man now, not
oh,
Team U.
Right, okay.
But they still didn't come from there. Oh, that sounded graunchy. Oh,
A bit of lube on that roller.
I think it's the front, but yeah, I'm happy.
That's how we roll. Door fitters,
Thanks.
professionals.
Thank you.
Oh, mate.
It's time to paint some headlights. When I say paint them, we're just going to tint them. If you remember in the first video, part 1, the rear lights are a bit white. They're a bit bright. They looked good on the white van, but they stand out a bit on the black van. So we're going to tint them. I'm also going to give the headlights a really light tint. Gives it the mean look, the blacked out look with the black paintwork. Only a very small bit. Right, so we have got some clear lacquer, 2:1, mixed, nice and simple. I haven't put any thinners in it, and that's just clear lacquer. I've got black base coat in the gun, and we're just going to add some. I'm not adding a lot. It's better to add not enough. Get your mixing stick. Mine's down at the other garage. And even those few drips have blacked it up nicely. The way to tell if you've got enough on there, you tip your mixing cup to the side and then you can see the residue on the side. And although it looks black, that's not enough. Now, of course, if you put too many coats on and your lights are too dark, you can wet flat and polish some of it thinner, and that will take out some of the black. I'm going to do the headlights with a real light coat. Going to let them sit for 20 minutes. I'm then going to add a bit more black and do the rear lights. Now that is just starting to turn. Happy days. Let's get the headlights in and get some tint on them. I've got you guys up close, down low. Camera lens is probably going to get overspray on, but hey ho. You'll see I've taped them up. I don't want overspray over all the back of the headlights, so we've taped them up. Cleaned them and I've scotched them down. I used grey scotch, loads of water, and we've prepped them. Now you might think, well, they're scratched. They look, surely once you lacquer them, they're not going to look any better. Well, that is how they look. Grey scotch, loads of lube, loads of cleaning, tack rag. We've got our black lacquer, our blacker. Now what you need to remember is you need to put the same amount of coats on each headlight, or it's going to look like you're winking. Straight in with a wet coat, but not too heavy. Same amount of coats on each headlight. And you'll see that one coat has barely done anything. We'll put 2 or 3 on there. It is finally time to show you guys what colour these wheels are going. We have painted the body colour, you've seen it, black, a tinge of red. We're going for something crazy, something out there. It's not for everyone's taste, but remember, it's not your vehicle, it's the owner's choice, and I agree with him. Everything's murdered out the black look, so on the wheels and a couple of other areas, we are going for something crazy. It's a bright colour, it's a light colour. The wheels are in black at the moment. I was just about to show you the colour then, but that would give it away too early. I've got you guys propped up as high as possible. I need to lighten these up. I don't have loads of the colour, and in paintwork, rather than order loads of the same colour, you can use other colours that are similar to lighten it as a ground coat before you put your colour on. Then you can use up all the last over or leftover bits of paint you got. Efficiency. I also want to prime them a little bit. I have spent hours rubbing these down. They've been rubbed down by many hands. There's a few areas that need primer, so I'm going to kill 2 birds in 1 stone. I'm going to prime them, which is going to lighten the colour, ready for the colour, and it's also going to prime them, but we're going to do it wet on wet. I'm not rubbing them down again, and in bodywork there's a process you can do. It's called wet on wet. You paint your primer, you let it flash off, not go rock hard, flash off, and then you go straight over with the colour. But you need to thin down your primer. So I've got high build primer with 30% thinners in it to thin it down so it lays smooth. Then when that flashes off, bosh, straight over with the colour. I'll show you a little bit of priming. and I'm just out of primer, which is perfect. I've lightened them up, I've primed them. The primer's gone on smooth like paint. We're going to let this flash off and we're going to get the colour on. Are we ready? Primer's gone off. It's flashed off. Still not dry. So the fresh paint will eat into it. Just deciding whether to tack rag a little bit. Let me see. Yeah. I really hope I got enough paint. Who don't love a bit of gold? Finally got all the painting done. Everything's painted, everything is ready to be assembled. The latest bits, the wheels and the grille, we're going to leave them for a couple of days, and in that time I can finesse a couple of bits. The paintwork's come out nice, we're happy, but I did get a run. I got one run on the tailgate. That is the only run on the full repaint. So I am happy about it. It is a little bit annoying, it's right on the edge, but it is what it is. I'm sure I can save it. I am going to try something I've never done before. You see it on TikTok, all the video shorts, etc. And you can, normally, I would just get a blade and I would scrape it off, because you need to scrape the head of it off before you tickle and polish it. Otherwise it looks a bit ropey. But I have seen other people on the internet using filler. So for the first time, I think I'm going to try it. You've all seen me blade filler out. When you blade filler out, you can get it really flat without even touching it with a sander. So we're going to try it today. Oh, and I have fitted one of the rear lights. But just pretend you haven't seen that, because that's for a later part of the video. I'm going to put a bit of tape on the edge, although that might hamper me, because if you're going to burn through anywhere, it's going to be on the edge. Okay, now here goes nothing. I am concerned, but as long as I can blade my filler off, now what the filler allows you to do is blade through the run all at the same time and evenly. So when this goes off, I'll blade my filler out, and as I go through that, it should take the run out evenly. Well, it's too late now, we're going to find out. Been about half hour and it's gone nice and hard, rock solid in fact. I've got a fresh blade, but I've also got a bit of 320 sandpaper, and I'm just lightly rounding the edge of the blade off, because if you're going to mark it, it's normally with the sharp corner of the blade. As you blade the filler off, it's going to evenly blade the run out, or the extra paint. As I say, I've never done it before. Finished with the sanding down. I did finish on a 3000 grit Abralon wet. Anything that you can use wet comes out smoother. 1500, 2000, 2500 wet Abralon. I did tickle up the sides with just normal wet and dry paper very carefully. Got those nice and smooth. Everything is good, and I did confirm before I went to all the effort of sanding it all down to polish it up to then burn through, we confirmed that that is saved. I'm really happy with how straight it is. Normally when you knock a run out, you can slightly see it, but I can't see it at all. First time I've used the filler trick, really recommend that, but obviously a bit of practice is always good because you don't want to burn through. Yeah, happy days. It's looking flat. Now, no painter wants to be rubbing down his paint like this to polish it up. It's a bit like being a welder and then having to grind down your welds because they look like crap. But we had a dirty run. The finish on the lacquer had pulled up slightly, and I didn't want flat lacquer and then flowed lacquer, what normal lacquer looks like. So we just tickled it all off. We'll polish it and it will look like glass. Sometimes the finish on a rub down and polished paint doesn't look the same, but not many people notice that. I've got a guy coming to change some windows in a Caddy Maxi, some slide windows. I'll have to entertain him. I'm going to roll a time lapse on polishing because this is going to take me a couple of hours, but I will show you a little patch on cutting, and then at the end of the time lapse I'll show you a little footage, a little bit of footage of how to get rid of the swirl marks. Let me readjust you guys. We'll get you in about there. So you can obviously see the polished finish, and this is the not polished finish. So I've got hard pad on a polisher, and I've also got 3M fast cut. I need to clean the end. So after you've done some polishing, you're going to have polish residue on there. I get a bit of wood, and that is off, or that is most of it off. You're going to do that every couple of times. I believe it cuts better after you've scraped the polish off. Now, you can move it about. I've seen people on TikTok dotting it about, doing this, doing all that. My polisher has got soft start, so if I really lightly push it, so I'm giving it a bit of that. And don't try to do it all in one because you're going to get lost. I'm going to work on small areas at a time. Let's just do this bit. Now, after I've spread my polisher about, or my polish about, I've sped mine up to about 1,000 RPM. I believe I probably spent 2 minutes on that area. Don't push too hard when you wipe your polish off. You're just trying to buff it off, not scrape it off. Now, we're going to look at it like when you look at your child out in public and have been naughty. I can see a couple of pigtails from the sander. It's mint around here, so we don't need to go near the edge again, but there is some around here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm now going to polish another bit to let that cool down a little bit, because that's hot. I'm now going to move on to another bit and let that cool down a little bit. Then I'll go back to this piece, then I'll check that one, and it's a case of doing small areas. Now, if it wasn't funny shape, I would probably do this bit, then that bit, then a bit more, and then just keep looking at it in the light, acting as if they've been naughty, or like when the dentist is looking in your mouth. Just like that. Once all your pigtails are gone and it's completely flat, then you can move on to the soft pad on the polisher and a different polish to get out your swirl marks. I'm going to roll a time lapse. I might even have to go out for dinner within the time lapse, but let's roll what I believe might be one more time lapse of this video. That is mint. Tailgate is all polished. I ended up going over it 2 or 3 times. After the first time, I gave it the look, you know, naughty child look, and the rock eye. And when I looked along here, I could see it was shiny, and then around here, we could see it was dull. We could see the little pigtails from where we were sanding. So I done it again. And then I've done it again, and then I've done it again. And then I've gone round all the edges before it dried with my microfiber cloth, and I've got all the polish out. Don't be leaving the polish in the gaps. Looks terrible. We're there, we're ready. Or we're ready for a final polish, the hologram swirl remover. Now, I can't actually see any on the tailgate, but if I got it out in the sun, there definitely would be. So I'll show you some on the sliding door. It's quite hard to see on the sliding door because of the light, but you can just see some little swirl marks, some little hologram marks. And a couple of you guys did ask how I do it because they're having trouble with it. Well, here we go. Hard pad off. It's very firm. It's orange. This is a black one. Squidgy. Now it's a lot easier than you think. So if you're struggling with swirl marks, you're slightly doing something wrong. When you're cutting and trying to get your sanding marks out or deep scratches out, when it gets warm, that's when it starts cutting the best. But when it's warm, it leaves the swirl marks. So after you've done the cutting, you're going to let it cool down. Now I might be wrong. So if I'm wrong, comment down below on your process of polishing. And if it's a good comment, I'll pin it to the top. Because I'm no professional, not at anything. I just do my best and I know what works for me. But, come on, I'm nearly out of polish. We've got the Ultra Fina, 3M Ultra Fina SE Blue Top. They're the only two polishes I use. Once it's cooled down, you only have to polish it a little bit. When you're hard cutting, you're going to have your polisher maybe up to 1,000. But when I'm fine cutting or swirl mark removing, I've got it on its slowest speed. Because when it starts to warm up, that's when the swirl marks appear. And you don't need to do it a lot. So you're going to do it once, wipe it. If your swirl marks are still there, you've got to wait 10 minutes for it to cool down again. Work on another bit. Because if you just keep going with the soft pad, with the correct Ultra Fina polish, if you just keep going, you're just going to keep making more and more swirl marks because it's too warm. So literally, I'm going to do this area. You can do a lot more in a bigger area with the fine cut or the swirl remover. It's getting complicated. Let me just show you. That is literally it. Now, before I wipe it, I'm now going to do the next bit. Because I've also seen people struggle with leaving scratches after they've polished it with their microfiber. And that is because it's slightly warm from the polishing. So now I'm going to quickly do this. That is literally it. I'm going to wipe this side first, as this was the one I done first. Don't push hard, you're buffing off your polish. Now if you do this and you do see a couple of swirls, do it again, but don't do it a lot. Don't overdo it when you're getting the swirl marks out. If you do it for too long, you end up putting more swirl marks in it. And then it's going to drive you crazy, like, it's not working, it's not working. It does work. But the swirl marks are the finest of scratches that even touching it with the polisher and the swirl remover, it comes straight out. This is absolutely glossy, shiny. I did polish in here too, in the number plates around, but I didn't flat it off. The number plate covers most of it. Even before the swirl mark remover, or what we've just done, let me show you what the paint looked like. Now this is it after the cutting stage. It's about as shiny as it gets. I'm really happy with that, happy with the finish, glass-like, mirror-like. Yeah, super happy. And that is the tailgate, run removed, flatted, buffed to perfection. Again, if there is any swirl marks, I'll have another go later, or I'll have a go tomorrow, because I'm not going to know until I've pulled it out in the sun. That is like wet. That looks amazing. Again, don't leave any polish marks in the little gap. I absolutely hate that. Right, that's enough about polishing. It actually took me all day, so I don't know how long this shot on the tailgate's taken, but this has taken me all day because I've been doing stuff. Let's get on to the good bit of fitting it up. That looks amazing. Yeah, it is my favourite time of the day. It's the end of the day, no one's on the estate. It is lovely. Headlights are all done, and so are the rear lights. You saw that in the polishing shot, but let's pretend you didn't. I did give the front and the rear headlights a quick tickle off, 2000 grit, loads of water, and a quick polish. I wanted them super flat and super smooth. And his headlights, I've had them apart, and this swoopy piece, which is the side light and the DRL, that was white. So I took the headlight apart, heat gun. What's going on? Heat gun, pulled the lens off, got some of the gold wrap tape and wrapped them. We done the bar and we done the individual ones. I haven't plugged them in yet, so I don't know what they're going to look like. I'm loving the blacker headlights. And right underneath you guys, I've got the front bumper. Oh, I am looking forward to fitting that up. Have I showed you the grille yet? No, let me tell you. So the second accent, what we painted the wheels with, we've also used that in the grille. So I painted part of the grille gold, and then it took me absolutely ages, but I taped up all the gold, put a bit of black on the rest of the grille, pulled the tape off and lacquered all over it. Very nice. You might have seen that in Theo's video of his hybrid bumper. We're loving that look, and I'm doing the same to my silver Caddy, but we're not going gold. Let me get the headlights in. Mate, I'm trying to film here. Sneak peek at the headlights. Ready? Bosh. It's enough. Now this is the piece that I have been looking forward to forever. Sticking the front bumper back together. Okay. That's the under tray. What we got now? Check that out. How pretty is that? Yes. Wow, this looks a million miles off. Absolute country mile. Mate, get out of it. Can't get a break with noise. It's normally lovely and quiet in the evening. I think we've got a splitter or an under tray or something, because it looks like there's something missing there. Hopefully it's a splitter made of the finest Chinesian plastic. It's a bit bulky. Oh, okay. There's little ears that go on the corner. Let me give you a little reveal. Check that out. Does it look good? Yes, yes, and yes. That looks good. Let's clip the smaller bits in. That splitter is a little bit Mickey Mouse, I think. I don't, whoa, whoa. Can't do a big reveal and we got marks all over it. Tell you what I did find in the packet, the little hockey sticks. What? How can I be wrong twice? Oh, it was upside down. Right, now the final piece of this bumper, and I've been looking forward to this the most, because this is what, oh my goodness, this is what we done on Theo's. I could have got the bumper stand, but I'm too impatient. We're making it happen right now. Oh yes. Oh my God, check that out. Oh my God, check that right out, Brother John. What does it look like? Oh mate, I can't have a look, I can't let go of it. I've got a bit of wood here, will that do it? I want to see, what does it look like? Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm going to stick it on. I should really get someone to help, but I can't wait, I'm going for it. I wasn't going to film this bit, but if something goes wrong, it makes for good TV, right? Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God. Wow. I wasn't expecting the yellow bit of the headlights to match in. Yes, it's not gold like the bumper, but wow, it's not bad. I meant to do that. What do we reckon on that front bumper? That bumper is the same one that's going on my silver one. Oh, I marked it a little bit. It'll polish. That's the same bumper that's going on my silver one. Look at the rubbish everywhere. That's not a very good shot, Dobbo. I'm gonna try the lights. Oh, that is pretty sweet. Let me get a different angle. I gave it a quick little polish and I gave it a little wipe around. Little wipe around? Can't even talk. Oh my God, check that out. I really like that. It's quite low to the ground and we have got that monstrosity. I will try it on when someone else is here. I'm happy with that. Let's crack on. Another day and check out the red absolutely popping on it. The gold is booming as well. We need to do some less exciting bits. After the good bit of fitting up the front bumper, we now need to do some boring bits. Door handles, side rail, side repeater, other stuff. It's all good. MOT day for the missus. Oh yeah. What do you think of Darren's van? It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. It's also Remap day. We have got remaps going on left, right and centre. check out RubyTune. He's on Google, rubytune.co.uk. There he is, best in the business. He's also on Facebook. Check him out, mention you come from DTE TV. He doesn't just do VWs. You can see he's in a Pucker Sweet Mark IV Caddy. He does do all brands of vehicles, covering East Kent and Sussex. Perfect, hit him up. We need to get back on fitting some stuff on this. I need to pull it out. I would like a bigger workshop. I need to work down the side. There's dust absolutely everywhere, but let's get on with it. I did also try the splitter on. I forgot to mention it in the last shot. Splitter on, big splitter, don't mind it, but we're moving it outside. Check out the red popping on the paintwork and check out the gold popping. Yeah, love that, but we are fitting the smaller stuff. Door handle. I absolutely have to fight the dust down here. It's absolutely terrible, in fact. 5 minutes after washing it, it's dusty. And when you polish a motor a lot, you end up making it static. Oh. So then the dust is like a magnet to it. Come on. Give me the cable without scratching the paint. Handle. Trim. How do you go? You go under there. Are you going to fit without fitting the screw? Yes, or without undoing the screw, should I say. Interior or front trim. What is that rustling behind me? Birds are going for it again. Next, sidebars incoming. And who fitted the lights in it without putting a connector in? I had to just snip it. Oh well. Now we'll have to put connectors in it. I do like these trapezoid square bars. Is that the right noise? Right noise? Done. Happy days. What's next? Because it's a genuine edition 30, it has got the two-tone side mouldings. Yes, yes, yes. I like that. We've got the murdered out look and then just with some popping gold colour. Side repeaters. Unfortunately, someone had already been here before and put connectors on his last side repeaters, Mark IV ones. Van style ones come with these little built-in ballasts, which is pretty cool. When I get it on the ramp to put the wheel arch liners in, I will make sure that ballast is not swinging about. Oh mate, they don't fit. Oh mate, they don't fit. Obviously they're Mark IV repeaters. Oh mate, I need to trim these up. Oh, I've just taped them on and I need to get them on the grinder. Okay, let me crack on. Anyone fitting Mark IV side repeaters to their Mark III? There's a little spring clip on the front. Trim that off, back to flush, double-sided tape, double-sided tape. Make sure you put it on straight. Just like so. Yes, like that. If shiny wheels make you nervous, well, me too. I've got 20, I believe, nuts or bolts per wheel. We need to drop a centre in extremely carefully without touching the sides. And then do all the bolts up without scratching it. Yes, yes, yes. Check that out. Pretty. Oh my God. The outside is done. I can't wait to show you guys. Honestly, I am absolutely blown away by how it's turned out. I did get the arch kit fitted. I also got the tyres off of the old wheels. If someone comes into your garage asking you to put tyres on 20-inch rims with a 30 profile, tell them no. Just tell them no, it's not worth it. It was like a scene out of American Chopper. Effing and jeffing, swearing, all sorts. But we got it done. The outside, we're happy with. But you obviously need to do a little something inside. So we have got a special upgrade. Let me get the clocks out and let's get them fitted. We have got something very pretty, the hottest upgrade for VW Caddies on the market at the moment. We've got the digital dash. There is cheaper ones out there, but they're cheaper for a reason. We've got the TMG virtual display, instructions, tools, couple of smellies, connecting leads. Darren's wanted these for a little while. Oh my God. I've not fitted a set to a later set of clocks. We fitted them to my van. We know how that goes. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm sure I'll work it out. Done. Wasn't too bad. I'm now going to put all Darren's old parts back in the box. And if he ever needed to revert back to factory settings, factory settings, he could swap it back. I don't get why you'd would. Let's get it stuck in. How cool is that? Oh, gonna get it in the booth. I'm gonna give it one more cleaned up, spin a few areas with a polisher. Hopefully the sun's come out by then. Let's get it out and have a walk around. This is absolutely pucker. It's actually the following day after the last shot. I wanted to pull it out last night, get some shots in the sun, but the sun didn't come out. So we've tried again. Come to the workshop this morning, covered in dust. I've just given it a quick wipe down with some so-called final detailer. It might have left a few streaks. We need to get this shot. It is what it is. Yes, that is absolutely popping. And as you walk round it, the red just follows you everywhere. The gold is even more popping outside, yes. You can see hints of red absolutely everywhere. We're loving that, right? I like it. Hopefully Darren likes it. Back end has come out sweet. The murdered outlook. We haven't put his number plates on yet. He's got magnetic Dewberry Firkins to hold them on. It's the latest craze. Everyone's magneting them on, so you haven't got to have screws or anything. Pull them off at shows. World's first, I believe, centre locking centre caps. They're just satin black for now. Mrs. is sat watching. Hey babe. See the white marks in the bonnet from wiping it this morning. Literally come in this morning, absolutely covered in dust again. Paintwork's looking really good in the sun. Little angle change around. The light will be in different areas. It should be on the back now. Yeah, we like that. Let's wrap this one up. We have also got the digital display from TMG. Check out the tmg.shop website. They sell all sorts of stuff. These, I believe, are on offer at the moment. I need to change the Caddy to red. Yeah. Very nice. And that is going to about do it for this one. I'm happy with how it's turned out. Hopefully Darren likes it. I do plan to enter Darren's into a few show and shine events. When you go to a car show, there's a show and shine event. You win a little trophy for exterior and things like that. Let me know if you think I've done enough to make it worthy to enter. I would enter mine, but there's a few little bits that I'm not happy with, so we'll enter Darren's. Let me know if you think I've done enough to make it worthy for it. We have got a couple of shows coming up. First of all, the first Blue Water meet is in a week or two. Then we're at Van Fest over in the Netherlands. It's Theo's event. I will put a link in the video description. We're all going to Netherlands. It's a 3-day event. Such a good place, such a good vibe. Everything will be in the video description. Link to his website, link to his Facebook page. Go on there, purchase a ticket. It is a free event for us from the UK, but he puts on such a good spread. I like to pay my way, so I'll buy a ticket. We're also going to VW Festival 8 to the 10th of August. I believe. I'll have to check with Darren, my secretary. I will put a link to that in the video description as well. And if you see it at an event, you see something that you could have done better, I'm happy for you. I don't claim to be the best. We're on a dusty industrial estate. I used my homemade spray booth for half of it. I'm happy, I've done my best. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm really happy. I'm blown away, in fact. Hopefully Darren is the same. I'm sure he will be. I've shown him a few little clips, but I haven't showed him the full walk around. Check out tmg.shop. You'll find the digital display. You'll also find the arch kit used on this build and loads of other good bits. Mention you've come from DTE TV. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go and have a little sit down, then get on with something straight away because there's loads to do. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.